Look in the mirror. That's your competition. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what do we got on with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Of course, price, right? That's where everybody's always at. It seems like it. Self-fulfilling prophecy of price is the more people that buy Bitcoin, the higher the price goes. The more that they're buying it, the more it legitimizes it. With Bitcoin becoming legitimate, people accepting it and understanding that this is like money, they can go out and trade it for goods and services. It gets more people interested. It makes the price go up more. It makes this whole circle go around and around, right? The problem is that when people start to buy Bitcoin and then they just want more dollar bills out of it, and then they go and they dump it on the open market, hoping that someone else is going to buy the bags. That's why people talk about a pyramid scheme with Bitcoin. This cycle happened, right? It was kind of like that. That's why you see these big pump ups and drop downs in the price of Bitcoin after the halving, because people would get really interested in it because of the technicals, because of this supply and demand. But of course, there has to be the demand. Well, as the average everyday investor who's manipulated by fiat dollar bills and the regulation and the whims and woes of mortgage and rent and bills and wives and children and all of those things, we have to come up with fiat. We have to sell Bitcoin a lot. Companies don't. Industries and stuff like that, institutional investors, they're different. We've been talking about this one for a long time as well, saying that, hey, they're getting ready to come in, they're buying OTC, the regulation's starting to go their way. And here we are in 2021, and lo and behold, they're here, they're buying. We're seeing all kinds of news and information about how it is. But that really makes Bitcoin legitimate. Now, $60,000. Wow, that's a long ways from when I got in this at 700. You can go talk to other people that were here at 10 cents. What is the question that you're asking yourself? Do you have enough money to invest in Bitcoin? Because if it's a different question, I don't know if I understand the question. And you know who's here with me is my lovely co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
What do you got going on over there, Sammy? You man in the chat, sitting on the back end of this bus, staring at that laptop?
I am sitting on a wheel well, hump. Mm-hmm. Yep, manning the chat.
Manning the chat.
The couch is too far away. The bus is under maintenance. Yay.
Yes. Went ahead and Buddy used transmission for it, right?
Yep.
Well, got one that's getting brought to the mechanic shop type
so
deal.
That the mechanic can then put it in. Yeah.
But like I had said, redirecting that stimulus money, if they're going to give it out for free, I am going to invest it in the magic bus here.
I mean, yeah, we like Forest Farms-ness here. But, worst case scenario, bus. We like the bus. The bus is awesome. We hope to do lots of road trips on the bus. And so really, entities don't have cost of living? Is that what we're going with? That kind of makes sense.
Right,
I guess you don't.
I know that you've
Walmart.
actually brought this one to my attention. You know how that you've watched the videos with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he always explains to everybody that, corporations and companies, they don't pay taxes.
Yeah. You look for the write-offs and yeah.
Well, it's the same exact thing.
Right. So, and I guess no one actually eats as the entity or, has to rent a building. Okay.
And now what they're doing is, if you continue along with that, they always got a lot of cash, right? There's cash, just like us. You have to have some cash in your bank account because there's transactions going in, transactions going out, and you have to have a liquidity pool. Well,
yeah.
They're just making sure that a small section of it is Bitcoin because the dollar bill is not looking like it's going to do very good, right? We've seen them talking about interest rates, that they're going to be staying at zero, that they're looking at about 2% inflation before they even consider changing the interest rates. And then they're saying that they want to see 2% inflation for a while. Well, that's one of those things that if you loosen the reins, how much buck are you going to get?
Yeah. Okay. So, BTC Moon Guy was here first.
BTC Moon Guy, thank you for joining us. I super appreciate it. You guys, hit the thumbs up, share this out. Of course, I love getting out here and hanging out with you guys. But Samantha's man in the chat for a reason.
Oh, really? Okay. So MSPD, Mike, hi.
Mike, I'm glad
He's
that you
here.
can make it my friend.
He said he hit up Zaza, but Zaza's driving, so that's not happening right now. But
That's
that makes
okay.
sense.
I understand.
That is good. Yes. Yes. Where we at? Oh, okay. And he says, sorry, Mike says that it is very tornado-y here in Tennessee. Yeah, it's actually,
It's pretty windy here in
we got
North
gusts
Florida.
of like 40 miles an hour. I mean, I guess, I don't know if we're feeling the bands of the, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of crappy. And tomorrow might be
Cloudy. I
kinda
know
crappy.
wind gusts had Samantha making me go out there and make sure the greenhouse was secured since it's not quite.
It's like fiberglass sheet like stuff. Okay. Yes. Yes. The green like riveted fiberglassy crap. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Where are we at? Okay. So Mike says that he didn't get it before, but he gets it now, and that Trader University here on YouTube has a video about how to borrow on your BTC. And he says, wow, it is comprehensive and we are screwed. Okay, I do get interest like borrowing. Like, I mean, I get it. It's just like how you can do gold and like that kind of like the interest. Like, I got it. I'll give it to you, but not really. And then you're going to give me some money for nothing.
It's the way it used to work with the banks. Like you'd put your money in a savings account, right? And they used to give you a small percentage of money for leaving it in the bank, and then the bank was capable of using that money to loan it out to other people to start up small businesses or get houses or get cars.
Yep, he's saying that it's the rich roll loans. To keep rich, and he tells how to do it. Like, yeah, like that. Okay, yeah, that's what I don't like about Rich Dad Poor Dad, is he literally stops right there at like the actually like break it down.
Who was
This
the
is
other
what
guy
you do.
that we didn't watch a lot of, but he was better.
Oh crap!
He was a younger guy, white, brown hair.
Yes, I'm.
If you guys want to know, hit me up. I'll show you. I know that I subscribe to him. He's a little bit better because he's thorough and he goes all the way
Yes,
through.
no, he really did break it all the way down. Like where it was like, oh man, like you stop and you just say real estate, and that's not even and other assets. Like, what are other assets? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's two sides to every coin. You know, it's not just about saving money and learning how to cut costs and be effective. It's also about making money, generating income. Like, that's
I really do not remember that man's name, and it was not even. Oh.
You know, most people go and take an hourly rate, and they can't find another way to generate income. And then if at most they went to college and done something where they're at a higher hourly rate, but it's still the ideal that when you're selling your time for money, how much money and time do you have? Like, you know what I mean? How much time do you have to give away for money to get what you want, especially when you're fighting in this circle of trying to pay down debt, acquire goods, feed yourself, and save money for your future so that you can stop the rat race? Well, it doesn't work, right? You have to somehow find a way to solve a problem and take it to the market and have it be able where you're able to sell this product over and over and over and over again without having to be there or be part of it.
Oh, our Rafterman is here. Hi.
Our Rafterman, thanks for joining us, my friend.
All right. Crypto advocate. Okay, well, MS Biddy says, who? George? Tyler? Like, okay, I'm going to go back and look at our
I can't have her click other windows. That would just mess up the whole stream if I had her actually look over on YouTube to find out.
No technicalness at all. This is not the IT department at all. At all.
But she owns Bitcoin.
But I own Bitcoin, which is literally the funniest, most ironic thing ever. Because you know what? I do get computers and I get math. I just don't get it. Yeah, but I know they're real. I do know they work. Crypto advocate says, you'd have to trust them 100% not to get hacked to lose your BTC. Just hold and buy products in bull runs if need be, not during a bear market. I mean, okay, yes. I don't
Yeah.
like third party middlemanness either. Like it's not.
Well, it's a
I don't know.
complicated situation because I mean I know you can go with Gemini and they're like FDC insured. So
Yes, right, and it's like, oh, you trust
so
your
it's
bank.
backed. I
So,
know that a lot of the U.S. exchanges and stuff have started coming under regulation, which is requiring them to be backed. So if they did get hacked, technically, as far as I'm aware, they'd have to replace your funds. Right? This isn't the wild, wild west shoot 'em
Yeah,
up
I mean, I
days.
guess technically
It was with Bitcoin.
we've never been, but I mean, yeah, right.
Right? An exchange is becoming a much more legitimate bank. It's the future bank, right?
Satoshi James says the richest man I ever spoke with said manage your own money. Yeah, no, I mean that is how like all the white collar crimes of some like the sleazy some one middle dude that stole the $1 million or the 30,000 or the. I gotcha. I mean, I don't know. It really is. Do what you like. If you can't do it yourself, like you shouldn't be doing it. Like you have to do it yourself. That you're not going to do it. No one is going to do it better than you, especially when it comes to your money and your stuff. No one cares as much. They want it. They're hoping you slip up. They hope you drop that Satoshi, that 20, that whatever on the ground. They're hoping. All right. MS Benny says they want it to end. Wait. They want to end that. Yep, no worries. Okay, passive aggressive income is the answer, is what our Rafterman says.
It is. It's just hard to find the exact fit for everybody to have a passive income. You know, if you
passive is not universal. It's still you working, just not actively, I guess.
Or it's a form of investing an amount of money and getting a small return monthly, weekly, yearly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or that small extra at-home business of selling something on Amazon or eBay or whatever it is.
Bitcoin and Litecoin. Ah, hello.
Hey, it's been a while. Thanks for joining us. We're just hanging out.
Dog?
Yeah,
what's up, dog?
Just hanging out. I seen you were making videos again too. I had stopped by and watched a couple.
Nice.
So, I mean, we got news all over the place, but of course, that's how it goes when things are up. I mean, I know the price is sliding back a little bit right now, having trouble breaking all new highs again, but we're not stressing it in any way whatsoever. Not ready to be trying to take any profits. Still just looking at the news. I mean, we got the Morgan Stanley is the big news that everyone's talking about, which is going to be offering BTC to big investors, anybody with $2 million or more. So they'll be able to put, that like anywhere between 1% and 10% on their balance sheet.
I just remember last year when it was I still. Like the very first time it was mentioned on the news, the very first time it was mentioned on like the cartoon, and just being like, oh my God, like this is leaps and bounds. Like really, like everybody. I
know that the
going to offer it.
The average everyday person is about to start joining the market.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get that feeling. I mean, we're just watching regular news. We're just listening to regular YouTubers that are in other areas of expertise talking about stuff, starting to bring it up. You can't go out and go a day or two without coming across the random person that's talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And the way that non-fungible tokens are exploding everywhere, you got to take the good with the bad, but it's getting people once again looking at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it definitely is something. It does feel like the 401k like type of people, those kind of holders are going to actually look. I do not think the Walmart or Target or like grocery store worker is in it yet. But I think the people that are literally trying to actively manage like their retirement will be getting into it. Like this is like that my bank offers it, this offers it, that has it, I can future this and I can like loan that. Like they'll do it, they'll get it. It's not quite to touching phones, but it's getting there. It is getting there.
And I mean, this is the road. That's why we're early, right? We can see the road ahead. We can tell what's going to happen. And this is what we foresaw. We saw starting to buy a Bitcoin and utilizing the network because of the power of the decentralized transactions. So they're going to third party it to these people, right?
Yeah.
We already see Cash App now offering transactions peer to peer,
and I mean,
in Cash App without
easy.
fees, which
Super
is
easy.
mixed feelings for everybody. But when we see fees go up, when we start talking about, when Bitcoin are mined, how much we'll be able to pay miners, we got the FUD articles of American Airlines using more power from Bank of America, blah, blah, blah. The network is going to do what's best for itself. Nobody gets to tell it what's good and what's not. Bitcoin is trying everything at all points in time because that's what everyone else is out there doing with Bitcoin. And the stuff that works is the stuff that's going to grow.
Crypto Advocate said, I was hoping that Litecoin to Bitcoin ratio would be around the quarter area by now, but maybe one day. I did think that too. Okay, like we were literally there, like for the whole little, like, what the hell was it called? Whatever the little party was with all of the little Litecoin peoples. And I mean, I don't know if it's bad. I mean, I know that everybody wants Litecoin to go fast and wants but in the same aspect, Bitcoin wasn't fast. Bitcoin isn't fast. I mean, is the good stuff fast or does it just work?
I think it's one of those zoom out situations. We're having enough, not trouble, but it's taking time. These things take time. You want to change the world's currency? Okay, well, that doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
it doesn't
singular
happen.
adoption.
It doesn't happen in
harder,
a generation. Yeah. So then when you start saying, okay, well, we know that Bitcoin's going to make it. Everyone's gung-ho on this. What else is going to work? What's next?
Right, except this and this too. And yes.
Just like everything else in the cryptocurrency space, we got way ahead of ourselves, right? And I think that's why a lot of the altcoins, everybody thought we're going to go to the moon. We're going to be the next Bitcoin. When in reality, we still need Bitcoin to be the next Bitcoin, right? We need three
Adam Meister, right? Yes. Yes. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin.
We need percentages of the population wielding Bitcoin for their benefit before we can start worrying about another cryptocurrency with a technology that is still on shaky grounds, because if it was already here and great, we do implement these things.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you can't bake a cake, why you're trying to bake a souffle? Like that, right? Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I just know I only got enough money to back one horse, so this is my horse. This is my horse.
Finish line has no jockey. See, even better.
I'm not trying to pick the trifecta, right? I don't need horse 1, 2, and 3. I just need to know which one's winning.
It could be 1, 4, and 5, whichever one you think is gonna. Yeah. Big one in Litecoin says, "I'm so out of the loop." No.
It's always the same story. Buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin. Don't listen to the news. Right?
Don't listen to anyone.
What's the FUD out there now? India, right? That India is banning Bitcoin. We're seeing more definitive answers about how they're only saying they want state-backed cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
And now they're trying to say that because Tesla took 1.5 billion in Bitcoin, that maybe they'll have some sway on the Indian government because they're looking to build a plant there. It's like, I don't know where they pulled this stuff out of.
Their ass. No, yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, so it is just like how China, Russia, oh God, was it Saudi Arabia? It was one of the Middle Eastern ones.
Iran.
And India have literally banned, reified that they banned, not banned, not banned, banned some more. All of it. Like, apparently it's not working. I don't know if it is like a public service announcement that they're trying to be like, so it's banned, right? Because we still know everyone's using it here.
No, someone's just calling up that press company and saying, put out this kind of news, because we all know that they're making it's legitimate. that they're starting to accept it. It's coming through to the public, bubbling to the surface, that they're collecting Bitcoin by the millions, right? We were right. It is correct to be collecting Bitcoin and thinking that this is a store of value for the future. They are proving it by collecting it themselves. That's what I'm trying to say in the beginning of this, that we are fulfilling this prophecy of, because we're buying it and saying it's legitimate, more people are going to come over here and also say, wow, they're all saying it's legitimate. Maybe it is legitimate. I should buy some. But when they buy it, they make it legitimate.
Mm-hmm. It's the same. More people add value. You add value to Bitcoin. Every single human being that is in Bitcoin adds value to it. All right. So Zaza made it. What?
Zaza, nice. I'm glad that you could make it.
I'm glad that you stopped driving and made it here. Yes.
It's just that I see that from the point where we stand now, the confusing state is going to be where these third parties are holding people's cryptocurrency and they don't have their personal keys. To us, it's like they don't really own Bitcoin, but to them, they're going to walk around and talk and think in the mindset that they own Bitcoin. So,
I mean, it is confusing and hazy.
It's another hurdle, and I see that there's going to be many hurdles to cross.
I'm seeing that NFTs and futures somehow are like really like people's jam. Like, I don't even understand, because it's another.
I don't know, the stuff with that miner extracted value and how they're the miners are front running each other over on Ethereum for arbitrage purposes, possibly.
No, yeah, where they're like,
That one just had me thinking, it's like Ethereum is such a big part of the network. It's like, in that situation, if you had really good AI, could you also be manipulating the price of Bitcoin?
And then the gas prices, I don't know. Yes,
because it's paired so many exchanges with so much, and it's not only that, because then you would also be able to control some pairings between like Ethereum and Tether, and not allowing the Tether to get through.
Like arbitrage,
game theory, the whole thing out because you got AI.
Yes, and all of that, but in the end, you get one up. Because you have literally ultimate arbitrage.
Mm-hmm. But using this miner extracted value, I mean, they're already saying that they're doing it a little bit, but I'm just thinking, like, could they be doing this to the next level? Because we know that with cryptocurrency, there's always so much more going on behind the scenes that we don't find about until later on.
It's just like everything else. Like, they give you only what they deem is necessary, just like our government, just like everything else, Okay, we're going to tell you a meteor is going to come close to us. Not that...
And it was last week.
Yeah. Not that you could have died, but you didn't, so now we're going to tell you. It's okay.
So, I only got a little bit left here to talk about. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Please go ahead, comment in the chats. Let me know what you're thinking. That is the main point in this show, is that I know you guys have heard this news elsewhere, is that we want to have this roundtable discussion so we can weed out the FUD and the FOMO, and we can just talk like real people who are just here dollar cost averaging, not trying to trade, not trying to make $1 million overnight, because that's gambling. Right, and that's what happens in this space, is that a lot of people come in with the green-eyed monster of greed and they start gambling.
We are definitely the sensible people. I would go with that.
Not if you're on the outside, Samantha. If you were looking
at you're right. We're
they have that much Bitcoin and they're sitting on a bus, those people are shot.
You're right. We're sensible wackadoos. That's awesome. But you're right. Okay, so we seem crazy to everybody else, but in here, we're not that crazy. I don't know what that, are we the crazy?
On the bus, we're not that crazy.
On the bus, we're not that crazy. Yup. Oh, all right. So BTC Moon Guy says that it's his 7-year Bitcoin anniversary next week.
Nice.
We are at 4, right? 4 or 5?
We will be at 5 here in July.
But damn, yeah. Oh, what? You were so $100 Bitcoin. What?
I mean, that means you had to have survived Mt. Gox. That's definitely a story to tell that really hurt the market.
Yeah.
It took a long time for everybody to get past that and recover it. And that's what we're talking about now with the exchanges, is that from Mt. Gox to what we look at an exchange now, these are night and day. And this is the growth of Bitcoin in 7 years.
Bitcoin and Litecoin says drive that bus in Illinois. Okay, so Eugene has family in Illinois. We might be able to do something.
I got family in Oak Park.
Can we like do like a horrible like I don't even know like Y formation or something? Tennessee to then Illinois because MS.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
And then yeah.
There's a lot of highways and back roads. That's what makes it the scenic route.
Big S, maybe a double S. Can we get all the way to like the lake, whatever's Great Lakes? Yeah. Lake somebody from the Great Lakes.
So the last two things I got written down here is that I seen Omar talking about this one last night and it had me thinking a bit, which was how the US had auctioned off some Bitcoin, like I think it was like 0.75 BTC.
Oh yeah, the Virgin Bitcoin.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was just, I kept saying that word over and over again that it stood out in my mind.
I know, right?
Like, it's just an awkward word, I guess. But it was the idea that it's like, it was sold at a premium. And it's like, why would you do that? Especially when you could go and open up any exchange and buy this amount of Bitcoin, because this isn't a crazy amount. But we do talk about the fungibility of Bitcoin all the time and the transaction history that is built with it. And that's why we're moving towards situations of Dandelion and all of... What's the other one?
Oh my God,
I know, I do it all the time.
Freaking Mimblewimble, but oh my God, Dandelion and...
I always think Brimstone, but it's not Brimstone.
Is it Grim? No, Brim.
Mimblewimble and Grim are the identity, the ones that are coming to Litecoin.
For the love of God, I don't know which one you're talking about now. Yeah, cool.
But
someone tell us in the chat,
Privacy is coming to Bitcoin, right? But at this exact moment, it's not here. And there is something to it. And we are always worried and cautious about our Bitcoin transactions. I know that we can't trust. I know that we have a video that shows how to use a launder, like to mix your Bitcoin. And it goes to the dark web and they scammed out. They did an exit scam after a while. I know it worked for a bit.
You always have to, you always have to check everything. All of your addresses, all of your stuff, all of your websites.
It's about continuing that Bitcoin education. Just because, all right, you made the hump, you saved up some money, you bought a chunk of Bitcoin, now you got yourself a plan of daily cost average into it. You're not done now. You also want to put knowledge in you to understand your Bitcoin, and maybe you want to make some hops with it. Maybe you want to put it in certain wallets. Maybe you want to put it on the Lightning Network.
Maybe you like a new wallet.
Maybe you need to put it in multiple wallets that have multi-sig. Just because you bought Bitcoin doesn't mean that your education is done, and it doesn't mean that you're doing it properly, because there are criminals out there. There are bad people out there. The development is constantly happening. You can't be early to quit.
It never stops.
Right.
Due diligence never stops. And you have to. Part
of why I had talked about why I pulled back, and I don't take time to learn about the altcoins anymore. I don't take time to learn about a lot of this stuff because it is hard enough to just try to keep up with everything that's happening in Bitcoin and still live your own life and still have your family and still have your job and cut your grass.
At least for us. Now, granted, that's not for everyone, but that was where it was. There was no way we were looking up the newest coin. There was no way we were looking up the fad coin, the this, the that, no. Like it took too much out of us. And it didn't benefit us enough to continue to take it out of us, I guess.
Well, it's because you have to start gambling. It doesn't really help to know the newest stuff about, Polkadot or whatever and start investing in it, with the money that you have, or gambling your Bitcoin to make more, right? Because if you don't do that, then it's just knowledge. Okay, well, then I'm going to wait and see if Polkadot works out, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I'll wait and see. I checked the price too. I see him scaling up. I see ADA hitting up near the top and the number 3. Trust me, I remember it was way down there too. But it's not beating Bitcoin, right? I'm glad I bought Bitcoin instead of Cardano back when I bought it.
All right. So, where are we at? Mike says yes. Bitcoin and Litecoin says hell to the friggin' yeah. I won't get off that bus. BTC Moon Guy says Bitcoin is all that matters. Crypto Logician is here.
Nice.
He says zero knowledge proofs can be under various names and systems, but that is a planned future integration. I like the word integration, just so you know. All right. Zaza says he set up a Kobo. Kobo? We're going to go with Kobo. C-O-B-O. Vault paired to his mobile Electrum. Air gapped and so awesome. I feel so much more secure. Nice. MS Biddy also says nice.
I know there's a lot of new wallets that people have been sending me links to a while ago, where they were coming out, like hardware wallets that were air gapped and everything. And I had started looking at a few of them.
We did look at 2 of them, yeah.
And I'm never the first person through the door, but I'm up for the idea of changing my hardware wallet in a year or 2. Right? I mean, my Ledger works great.
Yeah.
I've been using it this entire time. I upgraded to one of the nice colored ones when they came out with that. So, I'll upgrade again to maybe something different in a year or 2 when everyone has it and it seems nice. I mean, I know I should be hosting my own
internet
and everything else like that, but yeah, that's a lot of work, right? I'm half third party, half own my own private keys.
And just straight squirrel hoarder, yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. All right.
Everybody has their own levels, right? Just like, Trace Mayer, I got to go with the Avalanche protocols when you got billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin.
That is true. All right. MSBD says that he agrees that he lost 8 Bitcoin in an ICO craze in 2017. Oh, that's not cool, Mike. All right. Truth Monster is here, and he says, just argued with a very angry boomer about Bitcoin. Very nasty person.
My advice to that is, I can tell you from living it, if they want the knowledge, it's all right. Give it to them in little pieces. Otherwise, don't worry about it. They'll come around when they're ready to learn about Bitcoin.
Monster. Half of our families, almost all of our family, like 75% of both of our families combined, thought we were nuts.
Yeah.
Straight nuts. How about this year? And the very latter of last year, they started asking so much more. But I mean, just nuts. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you work and pay? What are you taking your paycheck and doing that for? Buy a stock, buy anything other than what you're saying. Yeah.
Buy a better car. I remember hearing that one.
Oh my God. Oh, screw your better car, bro. Well,
the last little bit I got written down here is that they're estimating, due to some survey, that 7 to 10% of people getting the stimulus check are going to invest it in some form of cryptocurrency.
Flip on the bus lights, because you are looking nothing but Darth Vader, red light room.
There we go.
You got a little bit. No, you're like Peach. It's okay. It's better than arcade. Okay. Continue.
Well, hopefully the bus will be heading down to the shop to get fixed.
Yes.
Get the used transmission put in shortly. So the next show will probably be outdoors, and then hopefully the show after that, I'll have the bus back. Fingers crossed. And we'll see what happens from there, because then I'm got to run down and I got to go buy wood. And the only thing I have big enough to hold as much wood as I need to buy is the bus itself. So I got
maybe the truck if you lowered the tailgate. I don't know.
I need a lot. It's a lot. It's gonna be a lot of weight with all the sheets of plywood and the single ply and everything else I need. It's gonna be. I wouldn't want to do that to my truck.
Bitcoin and Litecoin says, looks like a short bus. What's up with that?
It is a short bus.
It is a short bus, but it is a military short bus, not a short bus. Although that is
it has the roof raise in it,
correct.
so I can stand up and I didn't have to chop it and raise it myself. But what do we got? 24 feet?
I think it's 26,
1, 2, 3, 4.
27, something like that. It's a funky one. It was a Navy bus.
No handicap door.
Yeah, it was military for its entire life, but it was a Jacksonville Navy bus for at least the last decade or so. But yep, no roof exit emergency no handicap door. We do have 5 emergency exits, but yeah, not standard. It's pretty nice. It's not bad. I mean, you're 6 foot tall and you can stand up in it. So yeah, we can live in it if we need to. You know, a lot of windows go.
But I mean, we're going to be taking it out here. We're going to go pass out flyers. We're going to go to some more EDM events. We're going to be taking off here in April to Texas. We won't be in the bus because they didn't allow the bus in. There's no RVs.
No
it's just
RV
regular
parking.
camping. Mike is possibly going to be reaching out and helping us with printing up some flyers so I don't have to go with Vistaprint. Zaza hooked us up with some swag, which is the shirt that we're wearing here. And you know, it seems like it's always friendly there to be able to pass out the information. People are receptive to it. That's why it's worked out so well the 4 or 5 other times. Last year got shut down. This will be the first time getting back to it. There is a donational address down below that helps make all of these things to happen. None of it ever goes in our pocket. This is totally not for profit. Everything just goes towards making us get out there and be able to talk about Bitcoin easier, right?
Oh, the public awakening. He says hi. Hello.
Hi. I'm glad that you could make it, but I think we are getting ready to wrap this one up.
36 minutes, so you know.
Well, I also ran out of news here, and I know that battery don't last all that long, and I didn't plug it in.
I mean, we're not in the red, but yeah, we're down there. It's not jingling out.
I'll never cut off a show early. If you guys got questions or something you guys want to talk about, please go ahead, comment in the chat. Let me have to know whatever your thoughts are. Other than that, I appreciate you guys coming here and hanging out with us. It means a lot, right? This is the best part of our lives, being able to talk to like-minded individuals about stuff that we're passionate about. I don't know anything else I've sacrificed so much and put so much into besides Bitcoin. No. Soon this bus, no.
Okay, the bus is getting up there, but nothing is going to top Bitcoin. Between, I guess, cryptocurrency, because we actually started out with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there was quite a lot of Ethereum that just kind of went down that drain. So, yeah.
All right. I'm sure I gave it 20 seconds. Did anybody comment in the chat? Did anyone have any questions?
Everybody's just saying thanks for the show.
You bet, you guys. Going to be back. As always, if you hit the notification or you follow on one of the other ones, it'll help you guys know when we come out here and all of that. But I look forward to seeing you next episode. Remember to take care of that BTC and save. It's going to change your world. It's going to change your life. It's going to take care of your families. It's going to make your futures brighter. And all you got to do is keep holding. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.